Hey guys, what's going on? Dace here, and guess what? We are sampling finally Jamestown Plus on Nintendo Switch. So let's boot this right up. I will chat for a minute or two. Um, oh, at long last, this came out. Okay, so for those who aren't aware, this came out December. I don't recall the exact day, but December of 2019. And man, I was like sold on it. But the thing is, there were like rumors flying around about potential physical, and I was like, well, of course I'm going to wait for that. But anyway, let's wait for this. Let's see what this is saying. Year 1619, and I have just escaped execution at the hands of my own king. I might have died in peace, but for the burning need to clear my name, and to 1cc, Jamestown Plus. Destiny has driven me here, to the edge of human exploration. Man, this is gorgeous. Some call this place the New World. The Romans called it Mars. Are you seeing this? Are you absolutely seeing this? Holy smokes. So I did boot up just for like a second to check out the tutorial and to get sound settings and all that, so we don't need to go into that. We can just jump right in. Start game. Oh man, but anyway, the look and feel of this game, like holy smokes. So anyway, long story short, I have had this game on my wish list for the longest time, and I've always kept, we'll keep it on normal for now. I've always kept, okay, hold on a sec. Normal, difficult, legendary, divine judgment is not even available yet. Oh, I'm so down. But anyway, yeah, I haven't heard anything about the physical in like who knows how long. And anyway, as far as I know, I've never seen this game go on sale before. So we're talking a long time. But anyway, I booted up today, checked out the eShop, and it was like 50% off for like $11. And I was like, okay, now is the time, because who knows when a physical is gonna happen. And it's just too awesome of a price not to snag it. So yeah, I think we're just good to go. Sweet. Oh, and by the way, this is up to 4 players for local multiplayer, so that's really cool. Special vaunt. What do you want? Rebind controls. No, we are ready to go. But just look at this. Oh, interesting. I love this kind of stuff where you can eventually unlock other things to work with, but for now, beam is wicked. I'm loving the artwork. This is so cool. Like, oh man, like it's just a mix between like fantasy and then like this like unraveled scroll with the image here is just looking so cool. So anyway, we'll go beam. I didn't even really look at what that other thing was, but whatever. I must admit, nothing could have prepared my old eyes for what now lies before them. The new world's truly a wonder to behold. Sadly, I have little time to enjoy the view, though I eluded my captors at the Tower of London long enough to make passage to Jamestown Colony. I doubt very much that they have given up the chase. I have pinned my hopes for survival on the mysterious lost colony of Roanoke. Man, this is so fascinating. Like, obviously I would have checked things out on YouTube like ages ago to some degree, but I totally forgot that it was like even about anything like this. Like, we're talking like 1619 and mixed with having the technology to get to Mars and like all this stuff. So this is just super cool. If I can produce the solution to such an enduring and tragic mystery, I am convinced that my heroism would earn amnesty for my crimes. For now, and the music, this is fantastic. For now, I make for the battlefields of the eastern frontier. I have it on good authority that John Smith himself is to be found there with Pocahontas, defending our settlements from the allied Spanish Martian forces. What an interesting blend we've got going on here. I can already say I've never played a single shmup that has this kind of situation going down. I pray that you will have some idea of how an entire colony of 117 souls could disappear and leave no trace to mark its passing. The conveyance hums at my side. I fear violence waits for me on the road ahead. Oh, well, let's get into it, yo. Chapter 1, War upon the East Frontier. Okay, so here we go. La 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 la. So already loving the background far below. That's so cool. And the visuals. This is sweet. Oh, that was a little close. I didn't need to do that. Oh, that dude's like right there. You know what? I'm just going to turn down the volume just a touch in case it's a little on the loud side, and there's there's a dog barking out there, which is pretty lame. Okay, so I don't want to risk that guy. So yeah, we got plenty of gold nuts in the works here, peeps. But yeah, everything is feeling so good. This controls perfectly so far. This is amazing. Oh, man. And just like all the little things that are happening. Oh, by the way, I do have a concentrated shot. And just look at the colors and the animation of that shot. Okay, so we can't run into the flames. Good to know. I love this already. Okay, so we're starting to take hits we don't need to be taking because I'm just getting a feel for things. Ooh, nice. I want to snag as much of that as I can get. Oh, all the goods. Like, I love collecting all this stuff. And I can honestly say I have not heard music like this in a shmup before. It's got this, like, tense, on edge feeling to it. Look at this. This is sweet. You know what, I am so down with this game already. I knew I was going to love it. I knew long before this ever came out, when it was announced, I knew I was going to be so into it. And guess what? I am so into this. That fire is like really getting in my way. Okay. I'm not gonna risk that. Thanks, man. Oh, it's just too close. And I do have like more at my disposal. I have like a mode that kind of cancels out and shields you and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I think we're just gonna. Actually, you know what? We will experiment with it if we need to. I think he's almost toast though, so yeah, we'll just wait. Yeah, there we go. Could have definitely done better. Hence you shall be known as the Credit Savers. So I can already tell you guys, like, this is just good. This is just so good. But yeah, as for the physical, okay, as we drove back the last of the allied Spanish-Martian forces, we heard a distant battle cry through the smoke and dust behind us. Erupting dramatically from the clouds was none other than John Smith, his handsome figure posed dramatically at the prow of his ship. This dashing entrance came a moment too late to render us any actual assistance, but the man's eagerness and thirst for adventure do much to forgive his lacking punctuality. Having turned the tide of his frontier campaign against the enemy, his spirits were high, and he offered us lodgings for the night. Over a bonfire feast of roast pork and potatoes, Smith drew out a crude map of a place he and his men called the Dark Sector. Shrouded within foreboding clouds and tempestuous cyclones, he believes that this godforsaken place may hold the answers I seek. of course, will take, or our course, will take us directly through territory controlled by the Spanish. Their conquistador will want vengeance after their losses here today. May some light find us in these dark and forgotten corners of the wilderness. We leave at dawn. So yeah, it's interesting because one thing I like about shmups is the lack of story. Because like I love just getting in and doing it, and just like doing what I'm there to do without like fiddling around with like all these scenes and things. But I'm actually enjoying this because this has more of like a journal entry or storytelling feel to it, and the way it's presented just works amazingly well already, so I've got no issue with that. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, let's do the dark sector. Okay, yes, that's all well and good, thank you. So, hurl explosive barrels. Yeah, I'm really into this. I'm just gonna stay with the beam. But yeah, as for the physical, like, I can honestly visualize a standard edition just looking so beautiful with, like, just the colors and everything. And if they did some sort of deluxe version or something, or someone did, I mean, like, please hook me up. Like, how has that not happened yet? How has that not happened yet? And again, tense music. I'm just loving it. I want to get as much of that as I can get. And just the different attack types that we got going on here. Well, you're almost toast. Oh, okay. I just didn't get rid of him fast enough. Holy smokes, man. Oh, of course. They just like wait until I'm about to actually start pursuing them, and then it's like, oh, okay, now we'll scurry along. And remember, this is normal mode, so like when we get to like whatever that last mode was, Judgment or something like that, it's just gonna be crazy. You know it. You just know it. Did I just guess something to the face or what? And like the storm clouds in the background, like down below, this is so cool. And the rain effect, oh. Okay, you know what? I really just want to be on the safe side here with these guys, because this is just... Oh man, that thing is beastly. I'm like, what are these dudes? Man, my typical playstyle, like, never use a power mode or like set off bombs or whatever. I swear, I'll use it once before the video is up. Like, done, I mean. Up as in, like, before our time is at a close for today. I can see a lot of people really enjoying this. Like, what on earth? Get rid of some of those guys, take out this guy. Man, just the variety of like items, destructible items, like enemies that we got going on here. This is so cool. I'm not gonna risk that guy. I feel like we gotta be coming up to the boss soon. That is for sure. Lady of the Lake. The Bane of Roanoke. Oh, dude! Holy smokes. Okay. Good to know. Whoa! What? What on earth? And it's always neat when you've got a shmup that has enemies during the boss fight too. Whether it's small ones that happen simultaneous with the boss being out, or if it's like this one where you have like different waves that show up while the boss kind of like retreats for a minute or so. It's not something I see too often, but it's really, really cool when you do see it. And you are toast. Oh, look at that. Man, this game is so good. Okay, let's see what happens next. High noon. The girl emerged from the swamp like an apparition, but when she said her name, I knew she was as real as you or I. Virginia Dare, first child of the colonies. If I brought her back to England with me, I'd surely be pardoned by my king. But she will hear none of that. Her heart is fixed upon the rescue of her father, a man named Joachim Gons. Oh, I love this. This looks so cool. She says Roanoke colony was destroyed when she was still a child, that the swamp itself was driven bloodthirsty by some manner of Martian weapon. Apparently that weapon was wielded by the very same conquistador who harries our settlement today. Even now he holds her father in his most hellish prison. If I aid in this Joachim's rescue, she has pledged to return to England with me. It would seem our interests are aligned, at least for now. Oh, so cool. And I'm very curious to see how, like, if this is the extent of the game or if there's actually more to it. Like, just this map here. Because, like, I'm assuming we're going to open up more and more of these logs. So that's a total of 7. So, yeah, it wouldn't be unreasonable if this was, like, 7 levels long or whatever. That's totally fine with me. And we can always check out the shop and stuff later if I remember. Man, everything about this game and just like the setup, the deliverance, the transitions, like everything, the storytelling, the visuals, the sound effects, controls, oh, this is just, it plays really intuitively. I love it. I'm gonna make a point of using the shield thing in this level. Otherwise, I probably just won't. Okay, so let's just use it now. Cool, so yeah, you guys saw it now, and now we can just get back to not using saving graces. Oh, man. Oh, it is pretty cool, and I will make use of it, especially when we get into, like, the more extreme difficulties and stuff. Or maybe not. We'll see. Oh, you guys are kind of like right there. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But the colors, like what? Like these incredible purples and blues of this awesome looking beam. They nailed that. And just the animation they gave it too. It's just like this swirling, well, it's not like it's spiraling, but there's just, it kind of almost seems like the whole thing is swirling at the same time. Like it's epic. It's like, oh, so good. We're gonna leave that guy for now, because who cares? Man. The Dread Sentry. Yeah, I remember this guy from the trailer or something. Let's get rid of that and that. I think I'll just take it easy for a second. Oh, this is getting really cool. I like this a lot. So, you don't technically have like a flashing hitbox, but in the tutorial it did explain that as long as you're the very middle portion doesn't get hit, then you're good. And can we get this guy done before he like resets? There we go. Sweet. Oh man. So down with this game. If you guys have been waiting on this or anything, or if you're hearing about it for the first time, like, do yourself a favor, grab it for like 11 bucks or whatever. That's Canadian price anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be different depending on where you are, but yeah, anyway. Joachim is alive, but only just. He emerged from the wreckage of that dread sentry. It seems it was his cage as well as his prison guard. I hasten to make good our escape back to the fort at Jamestown. News of this prison break won't take long to reach the Conquistador. To my surprise, Joachim is more interested in delivering that news to his tormentor personally. He insists on a suicidal mission into the heart of the most secret of the Spanish mines, New Madrid. He claims that the Conquistador's project there is most dangerous and that all of Mars may hang in the balance. What can I do? I care less about Mars than I do about my own skin, but I can't very well kidnap him right after freeing him from prison. And so we continue eastwards. I pray that we will all return. Oh man, sign me up. To unlock level 4, you must beat level 1 to 3 on difficult or above. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's a really cool twist. That kind of makes it so, like, yeah, you got to do stuff. And I don't mind that at all. So, okay, how about we just do the first level, and we will do it on difficult. And I'm good to go. I'm totally fine with that. I love that sort of thing. Any time where there's like I see it a lot in puzzle games especially, but it's neat seeing it here too, because I don't think I've ever seen that in a shmup before. But where it's like, yeah, like you can approach things in like a certain order, but you've got to, I think we can skip this too. But you don't get to progress to or proceed to like a specific area until you have like at least a certain amount of a total accumulated, and it can be from like any amount of levels. So it's neat that they kind of have that thrown into the mix here, in a sense anyway. Like it's kind of different, but it's still a similar idea. Okay, so let's do this. Man, so many of these guys. This game is so amazing. I'm loving this. Snag that, my friend. Oh man, the sound effects, that is satisfying. That is so satisfactory. Oh, nice. Explosion. Everything is nice and crispy in this. Oh, crispy and crunchy. Oh, could have done a little better there. Oh, dude, why did I do that? I'm just kind of being careless and like first time playing and all that kind of stuff, but this, oh man. This is already like one of my top faves, I know it. Probably could have waited for those. Yeah, you want to be quick to take guys out before they just choose to vanish. The traitor prince! Oh, okay, so he's got that little bit of extra stuff. Oh, the more power-ups you collect, the quicker your vault meter. Okay, cool. So we'll take a continue. Kind of caught me off guard. Oh, I don't have a... I thought for a second my... You know what? There's no reason to even hassle with that part when you can just stay safely away from that. Or weave in and out a little bit. Like, as long as you're doing that, you're good. So, like, there was no reason to take all that, all those hits that I was taking. The solo practitioner. Man, I'm liking all these little touches and things, like all these little accents of wonderfulness. Okay, blah, 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 blah. You know what, guys? I'm thinking that's actually a great place to leave off for now. What a wicked ship, though. Like, seriously. You can now visit the moons of Mars from level select. Oh, okay, you know what? Since they didn't require us to do all levels 1, 2, and 3 on difficult, we're going to go to this level, and then that'll be it. Let's just take a quick look at the shop. I'm not necessarily going to buy anything just yet, but I just want to take a look. So we got these ships. That's cool. Ooh, game mode. Interesting. Story mode. Farce mode. Okay, cool. Treason. Armada. To unlock the shelf of items, you must beat Phobos on any difficulty. Cool. So it's looking like there's plenty of stuff to unlock. This is so cool. So let's go back here. Where was I? Yeah, I think we want to go here, and I'll explore what that other thing was another time. But anyway, let's just jump right in. Unless, oh, okay, never mind. This is where we are going. Oh, it doesn't let you do anything but. So let's just see what this is all about. Man, there would be so many times where my buddy Slabe and I would just be like messaging each other and like, oh, talking about Jamestown, and like, I think he's played a previous version on some other system, but I actually talked to him today and was like, man, it's 50% off, and he was like, oh, I'm scooping that up because like who knows when we'll get a physical. But yeah, I could not tell you how many times him and I have chatted about this game and like, oh, when are we gonna get that? This tale begins 2 weeks ago. I had grown bored with the task. Okay, you know what? As great as this is, I think we'll just keep things moving. Man, I don't want to get too close to, like, those guys. Like, the positioning is kind of, like, you want to get in front of the one dude, but, like, those guys are just kind of coming out a little too close. You know what? That cannon looks huge. I think I want to get rid of that. But how cool is that we just got these massive cannons just launching stuff? Oh. Okay, you know what? You can go away. Oh, I was not even looking at that. And I suffered the consequences. Okay, so we want to get rid of this like right now. Oh, so cool. Okay, these guys are looking like they want a piece. Oh, how did I take a hit there, dude? That's what's spawning them, I think. Oh, look at this dude! Like, what? And, man, the explosions are so cool! Like, what on earth? Man, this is amazing. Like, just things actually jumping up. How often do you see stuff like that happening? Like, on a vertical scroller? Like, what? Just too cool. Something tells me we are here, peeps. Phobos.
The matriarch, resplendent brood queen.
Oh, dope! What? This is my kind of boss. What? I'm so pumped for, like, the most challenging difficulty this game will throw my way. Like, that is what I'm talking about. Oh, and we're going elsewhere. That's so cool. Oh, man, this is getting dope. Oh, my God. And to be honest, it's not really, like, even though we're on, like, difficult mode or whatever, it's not striking me as, like, very challenging. It could just be my experience with other shmups and stuff that is contributing, of course, but... Oh, sweet. But it's still such a blast, and I do like the fact that they have different difficulty settings, because that's just great for a variety of peeps. I can honestly say, like, I've never seen anything that's like this. This is just such a unique blend, like just a massive moth kind of creature, like a corrupted something, and paying attention to the wing movements and that, like, creating a narrower play area. Just, man, like, this is just so cool. Tall Tales of John, end of Act 1. My search for that old wreck turned up one poor sailor's remains and little else but for a curious final message, hollow scribed by the first mate. I have reproduced it here in full. Shot down by pirates off the orbit of Deimos, left to rot by queen and country, set upon by monstrous insects and saved by a Spaniard, the Spaniard I liked. Of course, the poor chap was delirious when he made that comment about our queen. May God save her. Even so, I vowed not to sleep until these buccaneers on Deimos paid for their crimes against the crown. During the wait for a low tide betwixt the moons, I gave my fallen countrymen a proper burial. A bone-deep chill suffused the jungle air. But I was kept warm by the undying flame of vengeance. Brooding Avenger, Human Shoveler, Sometime Poet. Nice title. Oh, man. You can now purchase Armada ships in the shop. How sweet is that? So to unlock it, you must be on legendary or higher. So that is dope. This whole game is complete dope. Like, seriously. If you want to deal dope, you're dealing this game. Anyway, and oh, that's sweet. It shows you for each level which difficulties. Like there we have green and yellow checked off. Well, not checked, but like the little squares. So that's cool just to see like a quick view of like what you're missing still in terms of crushing it. But anyway, you guys, we're at 35 minutes, and I'm thinking this is a great place to leave off. Like, if you're loving this, please, there's no reason to hesitate. Definitely check this out. This is so good. I am absolutely stoked for this. Oh my god. Like, this in addition to my rolling gunner practice sessions, since that's, like, definitely a major thing these days, this is going to be, like, something I just chip away at for sure. Just like play a bunch, just crush as much in each sitting and just love it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. You have an awesome day, and thank you so much for being here. If you want to get in on my shmup specific podcast, then be sure to check out Shmuptopia on Anchor, and I believe it's on Spotify and a handful of other platforms too, so that's good stuff. Anyway, we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.